everybody. Today we're here with Danae Shaw to talk a little bit about her 4-H projects. So, Danae, tell us a little about what you got going on back here.
I have some goats behind me that are my market wethers and my market doe for this year. You try to pick them out when they're like maybe 8 weeks old, trying to get them off mom and trying to see their potential. And then you take them home, try to get them on a good feed and try to start working with them and just see how well you can make them work with you and get them to know you and just try your hardest.
So how old were these goats when you got them?
They were about maybe 10 weeks. It took them a little longer to get them off mom.
What do you mean when you say get them off mom?
When you wean them.
Okay. What's going on with this guy over here?
She is just my showmanship goat. She will go back into my herd after fair because she's my lover.
Aww. What other projects do you have in 4-H this year?
I have dairy feeders and rabbits.
What's your favorite?
Probably my dairy feeders or my goats.
Why is that?
Because I just love showing cattle, and you get to, you just make them big puppy dogs, which I get in trouble for, but it's fine. And then goats, they just have personalities that you either like or don't like.
Yeah. If there is a kid that is starting out in 4-H and is going to go into the same groups that you're in, what advice would you give them starting out?
It's not all about winning or the money. Just go out and enjoy and make friends. I have made so many friends through 4-H that I would be so lost without. And don't focus on the politics as much as just enjoy showing. Go out and have fun.
I've always heard that in 4-H it's an incredibly tight-knit community and everybody is so close and has each other's back. So
it is true.
It's good to hear that reiterated.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say your biggest success story is?
Probably last year when I won Grand Champion Goat and Reserve Grand Champion Goat and Grand Champion Dairy Feeder and Reserve Grand Champion Meat Pen.
Wow.
What's the process? What have you done with your goat since you've gotten? Obviously the first step is to get it off mom. They just sit in the pen from then on?
No, you try to get them on a good feed and try to work with them daily, and when it starts to get hot, you shave them so not all that hair's bothering them.
Right, keeping them hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're going to show this?
Yes.
What is that process? What are you doing when you show a goat?
It depends on whether you're showing a meat doe or a market wether.
Okay.
For the market
What's
wether,
a market wether?
a market wether is a castrated male meat goat.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And so you're showing them differently?
Yes.
Okay.
For a meat doe, you try to look at the aspect of what they will produce. So you try to just square them up, and for a market wether, you try to brace them up to see how much muscle and meat is actually on that goat.
Do you do anything with the goats to increase their muscle mass?
Sometimes you can run them, or you can just let them out and let them play with each other.
Gotcha.
So when it comes to judging, it's not just all about the animal, right? They care about you and your knowledge and stuff.
Right.
So
Yes.
what is entailed in that part of the judging?
You will try to study the resource handbook as much as you can to try to get a background knowledge and maybe a little history about your breed, and then just try your best. Don't let the nerves get the best of you.
What about attire? What do you wear when you're showing?
You wear show jeans, which any jeans will work, and boots and a nice shirt, a polo or a show button-up shirt.
And if you don't dress that way, do you get points deducted?
I do not think so. It just makes you look a lot nicer.
Gotcha. It's all about presentation.
Mm-hmm.
4-H is more than just animals. Are you involved in anything else, or you pretty much stick to?
I'm in Junior Fair Board and Junior Leaders.
Okay. What are those?
Tell us about Junior Fair Board.
Junior Fair Board is kind of like Senior Fair Board, but we're younger, and we try to help prepare the fair and try to keep things running as smoothly as possible.
What does that entail?
We have work nights every Thursday before fair, and we try to like set up rabbit pens or mulch and just trying to make the fairgrounds look as nice as possible. And then we'll also start setting up pens this Thursday.
Nice. I guess I didn't realize that that was part of 4-H, is getting everything ready for the fair. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So you said you're part of Junior Leaders too. What is Junior Leaders?
It's kind of like community service. It's kind of the like important aspect of 4-H. It's where you try to give as much back as you can to the community.
So what kind of things have you been doing to prepare for that?
We usually have like trash pickup days, and we're trying to have like a fun day where like children that need adopted or have like a hard life can come and just like kind of forget about that and try to like meet other families.
So what will you do to hold that event?
We're trying to get some bouncy houses, and we'll just try to make it a kid-friendly, fun day.
Yeah, that's really neat. So here's a question then. If a parent has a child that's 8 and they're interested in 4-H and they want to get involved, what's the first call they should make?
They should try to just see if they have any friends in 4-H to try to like get a good idea, because I feel like 4-H kids need to try to speak out more and try to get more people active, because it's such a great organization. But then you can call your extension office and try to get like some good knowledge of what would be a good first year project.
Where is the Perry County Extension Office at?
It is in Somerset.
Somerset? Okay, good.